Brentford leading 2-1. Manchester United awarded a penalty. Nathan Collins, the offender, on Bryan Mbeumo.
Yes. Penalty, definitely. Red card, in my opinion, definitely. What part of this isn't a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity? He's about to stretch and score. In fact, he touches it and gets pulled down at the same time. He's about to have a clear opportunity. That is an absolute goal-scoring opportunity. So where is the non-denial of a goal-scoring opportunity there?
Come back to that in a moment, because I think everyone's in agreement. But Bruno Fernandes has now missed 2 of 3 penalties, having only missed 1 of his previous 18.
Look, he's one of the best in the world at this technique. But I think if the goalkeeper waits and stands still, Ruben can't watch, But if the goalkeeper waits, which Kelleher does, it puts Bruno under pressure, and then you end up just passing it. That's why I prefer the Harry Kane one, where you just whip it into the corner. If the goalkeeper waits, it puts you under pressure to make a decision. Look, see Kelleher, he waits, and he just reads it really well. And to be fair, you just wonder for Bruno as well. Is that because he's playing in that deeper midfield position? He's not getting as many touches in the area where he can affect the game. But yeah, one thing I would say is the football up to that penalty was really good. Got the ball out wide and they play into the channel. How it took them 4.5 minutes to not get the right decision on that red card and the penalty, just baffles me.
OK, well, let's try and explain that. Here is the Premier League Match Centre tweet that they put out on social media. The referee's call of penalty was checked and confirmed by VAR, with Collins deemed to have pulled Mbeumo back. VAR also checked the referee's call of yellow card to Collins and deemed that Mbeumo wasn't in control of the ball.
Because he pulled him. Okay.
Hang on. So here is the law. Let's give all angles to the story, Owen. Where a player commits an offence against an opponent with their own penalty, which denies an opponent an obvious goal-scoring opportunity and the referee awards a penalty kick, the offender is cautioned if the offence was an attempt to play the ball or challenge for the ball. In all other circumstances, for example, holding, the offended player must be sent off. That's the IFAB laws of the game. And this is how it is applied in Premier League terms, in DOGSO, the distance between the offence and the goal, the generation. But this is the first one. The likelihood of keeping or gaining control of the ball. So let's have another look. And are you 100% sure the likelihood of gaining or keeping control of the ball for Bryan Mbeumo? Michael?
I've never been more convinced. Never. I mean, what are we trying to say here? That he's not in control of the ball. Listen, we're playing football. We don't play rugby here. The ball is never in our hands. We're not carrying it. The ball is in his control. It's right in front of him. He's about to score. How's that not in his control? He's like, whose control is it? The goalkeeper's? The referee's?
If he's not fouled, Mo, he'll be in control.
It's so painful.
Steve,
this is a big mistake. It's 100% a red card. 100%.
4.5 minutes to get to the wrong decision. How is that even possible? Me and you saw it in real time. I saw pen in real time. You saw red in real time. 1 second. So you got
straight away.
So you got the referee. You got the assistant.
Why is the ref giving a yellow?
In real time, it's a pen.
The referee should be reprimanded for giving a yellow in the first place, and then VAR they're obviously there, and I'm a big fan of VAR, but that's what they're there for now, is to correct that and say, do you know what? There was no attempt whatsoever to play the ball. If he slides in trying to get the ball and he brings him down, then it's a yellow, absolutely, because he's made an attempt to play the ball. Reaching and pulling with no attempt is not an attempt to play the ball. Therefore, it has to be a red card. There is no other way. And to say he's not in control of it, well, you could say that about virtually every happening in football. If I run through on goal one-on-one, I still haven't touched the ball, but it's right in front of me. I'm about to play it and someone pulls me. Does that mean I'm not in control of the ball because I haven't touched it yet? Do I have to touch the ball? Most finishes are one touch. So that, in theory, you're saying that we're never in control of the ball. It's right in front of him.
He's wrong side anyway. He's wrong side, Collins is anyway.
What part of not in control is he? It's an incredible decision. It is the most blatant red card there can be. That is. What part of it isn't a red card?
So the question is, you both think that's a blatant red card. For the remaining period, would the 11 of Manchester United have really troubled the 10 of Brentford?
They would have liked to have had the opportunity.
Well, you would have thought so. Anyway, bear in mind, Man United didn't play well enough to win this game. But that decision had an impact on the game. Without question, we can't deny that. Obviously, Bruno misses the penalty. But if there's 4 of them there and up in the booth as well, you got to get that right. I mean, we're seeing it in real time. We're not refs. Okay, we played, but we know. They got to get that right. They just can't not. It doesn't dismiss the fact that United were poor today and deserve to lose the game. But they're there to get those decisions right. They didn't get it right.
Brentford, and we saw the scenes at the end, they clinched it with a well-worked goal. A super strike from Jensen. But you like Yarmulke in the build-up?
Yarmulke was fabulous, to be fair. Thiago was great. Look at this football, by the way. A little bit around the corner. Ooh, little dink over the top there, and then the counter's on. Watch this run from Yarmulke, which makes the goal. Obviously, it's a great strike. Look at the run, makes space. And obviously Man United are pressing. Looks a bit like the City goal, the third one. Everybody's up, and you counter. Okay, the football's really good, but they're just too open at the back. The first goal was the same, weren't they? Everybody's up, playing behind, long balls they didn't deal with in that third goal. And to be fair, to Jensen, he probably deserved that. They were the better side, played fantastic. And Yarmulke with Thiago they were probably the 2 best players on the pitch.
What was the goalkeeper doing there?
Getting out of the way.
Getting out of the way. It went right in the middle of the goal. I mean, I don't know what he was... Listen, it didn't matter. It was the last seconds of the game. Manchester United deserve to get beat. They will feel very aggrieved that they weren't. Penalty could have been 2-2 and against 10 men. The whole game should have turned over in the space of seconds there. And it didn't happen, so they'll scratch their heads. But the bottom line is Brentford deserve to beat them.
They will lick their wounds, Manchester United. Here is some player reaction from Matheus Cunha.
Such a disappointing result. How do you sum up that Manchester United performance?
After we lost the game, it's so hard to talk about the performance. Of course, the performance is not the way they want because we lose. So we need to find a way to keep winning and then keep doing good performance.
Where did you fall short today? What was lacking?
Sorry?
Where did you fall short? What was lacking from the performance?
Honestly, it's like I say, we are not here to find a way to make excuses. We know what we need to do. We didn't do well, so we need to find a way to be more focused and then keep winning the games. This is what this club needs. This is what we want to give to the club, and we need to have character to change the situation.
How much belief is there in the manager and the way he wants you to play?
Full belief, 100%. I don't think always the United problems is the manager. We need to have character to take the responsibility and then change the situation, because who goes to the games is us, and then we know what we need to do, and I hope we can do much better the next games.
Sunderland at home, Liverpool away, up and coming from Manchester United. I mean, he's talking about full of character there. How many times in these chairs have we had this conversation about Manchester United in the last 12 months?
Steve, off the back of beating Chelsea, you've got to win today. If they win today, they go joint second. Instead, you're 12, and then you got Sunderland at home. You're back in the mixer. You're in a Champions League place, probably. To lose today and get outplayed, by the way. Brentford before this game were 19th in possession. Yeah, so they didn't really want to play. They were going to play long balls. They were going to play direct and set pieces. First half, they had more possession than Man United. I don't understand how that's even possible. So I thought they were going to win the game. I was at the training ground yesterday. Everybody was full of confidence. I was certain they were going to win the game. They got outplayed. And again, there's question marks over the goalkeeper. Again, he's involved in 2 goals. Defensive, they've actually been pretty good up to this point. Today, they weren't. The long balls and the direct balls really hurt them. And, the midfield is still an issue. Bruno's got to be a 10 again. He's the best creator. He's got to be a 10 again. And they've got to sort the midfield out. But the goalkeeper's an issue. At least Šeško scored. That's probably the only positive, I think, for Manchester United today.
And I think what, as Owen's alluded to there, he was at the training ground yesterday. Amongst Manchester United fans, this will be more damaging because there was so much optimism today on the back of last week.
But Manchester United fans must be so used to it now, the highs and the lows, well, mainly lows, but the highs and the lows and the false dawns over the last decade or so, it becomes deflating, I'm sure. And that was not a new low. I mean, I've seen Manchester United play worse, but it was almost devoid of anything today. I didn't feel that they had a tactical plan. As I say, I can't ever look at that team and think... As soon as I saw the team and thought Maguire, De Ligt, I thought, right, OK, yeah, set pieces, sit back, head it out. You know, the goalkeeper's a bit shaky, so I understand that, a little bit of height. But then I thought, OK, but you're going to have to play quite deep and you're going to have to play a little bit counter-attack, using Burmo and Cunha's pace, and played it. But then all of a sudden they start playing high and start getting long balls over. It's like, oh, no, this is totally opposite style of play that you need to be doing if you're going to pick that team. So back to square one, back to the drawing board.
Another difficult day for Manchester United. They're beaten by Brentford in our first game of the day.